right? Because with the Nether Realm, obviously Homeboys are going to be clumping up. And then you can use the real world manipulation to kind of lock them down, and to make it even worse, you can go in with the penalty zone coming in from the Charizla as well. So there's definitely counter plays back coming in from Blacklist. Homeboys in the second phase, they've eliminated the Ixia, they've eliminated the Wanwan, and Blacklist have taken out the Yuzong.
You know, it's so strange because I was happy for the Eve pick. I mean, like, Eve, it's so unnatural, right? Eve is always prio for the last, what, 4 or 5 months of MLBB. The fact that it is out of the meta was a breath of fresh air, but somehow I actually miss seeing the 0. When it was picked up, I was like, oh, so hype. Especially maybe considering it's Haji on the Eve, huh?
It's the machine.
There's context here that makes it even more exciting. But with that, with the Eve picked up, they ban with the Martyrs, they ban with the Yuzong. They want to make sure that Haji can be a KDA machine, not just a machine. But for Homeboys, the only solution they have is the Cho and the Baxia. And I believe right now, with the real manipulation, it doesn't get stopped with crowd control. It just moves the character sideways or behind. So Ryzel can very well be zoned away by the real world manipulation.
Oh,
wait, what?
I've been waiting for
Kai
so long.
Roam carry
what?
for Owl.
Huh.
That's so much CC.
It's so much CC,
Whoa.
but not spammable though. This is quite dangerous. If Homeboys get a hero with damage, with mobility, it's going to be very difficult to deal with him if he's jumping towards the Eve or the carry.
This carry pick is really, really good. I like it. The Lapu pick to finish it off for Homeboys, though. They already have very good cover, by the way, right? I mean, from the Akai, from the Charizla, from the Eve. If they can play a proper front to back, the frontliners of Homeboys won't stand a chance. But if Homeboys can dive onto that carry, get a winning lane in the gold lane, they need to put a whole lot of emphasis in gold lane. They need to try to help Ryzel to bully the carry. If Owl gets out of lane with just a small gold deficit or even, it's Blacklist's game to win.
Okay, so the mid lane control is going to be very important. Which has better mid control, Blacklist or Homeboys?
I think technically it's even, because if it's only the mid laner, Eve has more than the Faramis, but with the help of the Cho compared to the Akai, I think it evens out, but Cho will have the more dynamic ganks. And like Mirko mentioned, man, the gold lane is super critical right here. Homeboys need to make it work.
5 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the decider. You can hear GBK Basketball Hall go wild. Game number 3, the decider. If Blacklist International will follow the other 3 teams in top 4, or will Homeboys be the difference maker?
All the efforts from both of these representatives have come and led to this point. So we'll see, as Zorn already taken very low, trying to aggress Rindo out of his own jungle. But it looks like Zorn might be taken out here, but he uses that flicker to escape.
Dominic is chasing him down. A good stampede to pull him back. Zorn running away as a flicker as well from Dominic. Wow. A good dodge. Wow, super aggressive by Dominic there.
Super Dominic just trying to get some action early on, but that's a great resource burnt out. That could be very valuable, because usually the turtle does spawn on the side of the EXP laners. Might come up before that though. We'll have to see. Seems like for both the roamers, the priority is different. Now with some levels, the gold lane I think for a bit will be a lot more favorable towards the carry, just due to the pure all-in threat if some assistance comes his way.
What about the EXP lane here? I mean, we were talking about Sapat being in a winning lane, what he requires in order to have the impact in the game and to come online. But with the Lapu and the Charizla, does not the Charizla have a better say in the lane, even at level 4?
Yeah, at level 4, Lapu has the more spammable ultimate, and he has range, quote-unquote, to work with the axes. Which is why, by the way, Dominic went with the Wilderness Blessing. He is completely intent on just roaming around and making things happen for his team. Now with 7 seconds to go, we see that Rindo is pathing downwards. Are they trying to trick Homeboys to try and get that gold lane rolling?
Subverting our expectations and subverting Homeboys' expectations as well. Trying to go for the purple buff, actually, to steal it away, as they know Chibi will 100% be going for the turtle. The neutral objective on the other side is the anti-disaster protocol for Blacklist International. Flicker from both the Kadam Machine and Sapat. But now the damage coming through. Kimboy forced to flicker out as well. The real world manipulation locks Sapat down with the help of Dominic's penalty zone, and Rindo has rotated back from the purple buff of Homeboys into his own. Getting 1 kill on the board. A Chilean Indy going on to Rindo, not able to connect for now. Dominic pulled back with a Shadow Stampede. Dominic doing some damage. That's some damage as well from Rindo. The Fracture takes Zorn out before the Netherrealm can save him.
And that's it. Blacklist International trading it on all fronts. It was Homeboys being able to take that first turtle of the game, but Blacklist International instantly claps back with 2 kills on the board. And both kills onto Rindo, someone that you don't want to see snowball.
Yep.
There's a big problem here, man. There's sustainability because Warlord's on the Faramis, but the damage is just somewhat lacking. They also failed to get that purple buff as well, so even now Chibi is falling ever so slightly behind the Faramis. I think earlier we saw that the Boxia clears a lot faster, but the Nolan isn't too far behind. Clearing and jungle pathing and invasions seem to be the name of the game here in Game 3.
Feels a little bit deja vu, no, to game number 2. We'll see how the next few stages of the game progresses, but if Homeboys continue to have this neutral objective control, then Blacklist can play the long game yet again, waiting for Haji to come online, waiting for Owl to come online, but Homeboys, they don't want to waste a single moment and they try to threaten that late game force in Owl.
Look at Nolan though, look at the way that they're pathing. Kimboy getting chunked quite low, using the headbutt as a defensive maneuver. Blacklist, the way that Homeboys are rotating towards the bottom side gives Blacklist the opportunity to give Rindo as much gold as possible. He got the entirety of the turret shield up top.
That's a lot of gold for an assassin. And with already 2 kills, he can really snowball out of control right here. But to be fair, a lot of crush control is available on Homeboys to try and stop that. And with a Faramis, you never know what kind of mistakes can come through from a snowballing, overconfident assassin jungler.
I think Blacklist Homeboys were setting up a little bit of a trap here onto Blacklist, waiting for Rindo to pass down, but Homeboys either or have the better setup, and they're looking to
The Dragon support from Zorn. That's a heavy spin on the penalty zone as well to lock Zorn down, but he flickers out of the way. The turtle will be reset as Sapot used the Bravest Spider, trying to go and catch Haji. Meanwhile, take a look at that top side. Once again, the turret gold has already been dealt with earlier by the Nolan. Now the turret will be taken by Owl. In the bottom lane, a bit of a similar rotation by Homeboys. They take the neutral objective and they look towards a structure.
Fortunately, they won't be getting that extra bit of gold, but Sapot!
That's a fracture from Rindo that takes Sapot out of the land of Dawn for the 2nd time in this game.
good night, Sapot. Bye-bye.
Well, good that's on a different team right now.
Falcons.
That's true.
We'll have to see, but look at Owl
I
just
miss
stealing away the orange buff. They didn't see it coming, but Chibi, can he get the punish?
That's a shield unity connecting with the Dragon as well. A Purify very late, but it acts as maybe outplay maneuver. Owl almost getting the kill onto Zorn. Kimboy forced to use the heavy spin. Rizal is the guy who picks up that kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sapot, Bravest Fighter again. Rindo just backs up.
Yeah, Blacklist International looking for a trade in that mid side, but unfortunately they still weren't able to grasp onto it. Now Rizal needs to be careful. Kimboy's in the bush. Does he know? He knows. That's like a damage.
No heavy spin for Kimboy. Chibi knows it, wants to dive in, gets a shield unity down.
Ooh.
Say goodbye to Kimboy. That panda taken down up top. Careful, man. They're about to go extinct in real life.
Man, good move from Homeboys though. Trading a turret because in the bottom side, you're seeing Blacklist now do what Homeboys usually do to other teams, man. They're pushing all 3 lanes at the same time, getting a lead, especially in the farming department. But overall, it's only 600, and the bulk of it is in the hands of Rindo. If he gets taken out, if he gets zoned out or locked down in a fight, that means that Homeboys technically are the ones with a gold advantage.
But this is still so close. And in terms of neutral objectives, sure, Homeboys has been the ones to be able to get more of a say in it. But now Chibi's a level below Rindo. Do you think maybe Black does want to go for the contest over this objective now?
I think they have the tools to try and go for it. Depends on the setup. In a full-blown all-out fight, I think they require Owl to be participating. Aside from that, though, the back and forth, right? The kiting here is what's a concern. Blacklist have to catch with the broad manipulation, though. They go with the penalty zone first.
Great penalty zone, even a heavy spin with a flicker gives Rindo all the space necessary to get a free turtle. Blacklist first turtle this game. Chibi wants to go for more, jumps in with the shield unity. Try to go for Rindo. Shadow Stampede connecting, but Warlord might be the one picked off. He pops in the realm. They fall under the real world manipulation in the headbutt. Knocks him up for the damage to come through. That was Chibi who falls as well. Zorn is next on the chopping block. Owl even maneuvering in front. Ryzel dealing a lot of damage. Owl needs to be careful, and so he does. Backs away. A big win for Blacklist as they look to siege this turret in the mid lane. Warlord. Oh, and damage from Rindo. Another penalty zone. Blocks Sapat. Bravest fighter. By Sapat, no more follow-up though.
So clean by Blacklist International, that in and out movement. All they wanted to do was take the neutral objective, stay disciplined, and retreat. And the way that they did was using the heavy spin coming in from Kimboy to give Rindo a little bit more time in comparison to Chibi, who was unable to land in that retribution on time. But Homeboy's a little bit sloppy going in for that counter engage. They want to find a trade because they lost the neutral objective, and because of that, Blacklist International actually were given the benefit, the advantage of the entire situation, now pushing them to what previously was only, what, a 600 gold lead to now a 2K.
For Homeboys though, a big problem right now is the lack of damage. They're jumping on Haji and Rindo, but no one is getting taken out. They need, they go on the carry though.
Yep. Owl now brought back to the team. A good Purify, and look at the cover from Blacklist. It's perfect. Kimboy baits him in the penalty zone to lock 3. That's a 2-man stun on the Bravest Spider. Dominic flickering out to safety. Rindo brought back again, but he's still able to escape. One more shot from Ryzel. Only onto Haji. How did they cover for Owl that perfectly? Wow.
Homeboys just lack the chase, lack the crowd control. Once the shield unity has hit and you know, has hit onto Owl, you can just run backwards, and there's just so much crowd control to walk through, especially with the slow coming in from the Yve. We're reminded again why this hero is such a menace. And look at that, Haji has built a lightning truncheon. This is a bit of a burst damage Yve. It's no longer full utility like we're used to seeing, but Homeboys with the tempo, they're gonna go for the Lord.
They know where the carry is at. I think he was spotted up top. Dominic now trying to look for some space for Rindo to go in. Zorn with a good way to Dragon, zoning him away right now as Heavy Spin gets popped in by Kimboy, and a penalty zone also from Zorn. Rindo's looking for an opening right now, and that's going to be Dominic with a penalty zone onto the front, but another round saves him. Rindo jumps forward, but Chibi finds the retry. It's a shutdown for Ryzel and a double 3-4-0 at the Lord, and it's 4.
The massacre of Blacklist International, ladies and gentlemen, in the 9th minute of the game. You'd think that Blacklist with that 2K gold lead would have a little bit more say in how these things turned out, but Homeboys completely just eliminate that entire thing, completely taking back the gold lead. We've got to take a look again as to that team fight. They were able to win the team fight, get the neutral objective. Homeboys won it on all fronts.
They're able to just make some urgency felt by Blacklist, and look at that, they're going in, but they're kind of concerned who to go for, the Lord, Zorn. But while that was all happening, you can see the damage coming in from that Bruno, man. That's a lot of damage. You called it earlier, Mirko. If the laning phase doesn't go heavily in favor of Owl on the carry, this might be a done deal. And Homeboys are showing it, man, with this Lord. They have superior team fight. Blacklist can only kite so far.
Real world manipulation used up. Zorn gets melted down by Owl. Another realm comes through, but Dominic is able to find a 3-man penalty zone. Owl still free hitting in this fight, melting every frontliner known to Homeboys.
Whew. What was that, man? Homeboys, they're trying to make some play happen, push the momentum, the tempo, surprise Blacklist, but they were ready for it. That's why you just can't stand in front of the carry, man. You gotta find ways to enter the fight creatively. The Nether Realm also was used kind of late and wasn't that high impact in that fight. They were just so desperate to try and get something, a base turret to try and help them to beat Blacklist in the macro game.
I feel like I'm watching a ping pong game or something, man.
Yeah, back and forth.
I love it, I love it, I love it, but it's giving me whiplash. Like, who has the upper hand? It's really just according to,
No, you just said I love it, I love it, I love it. You said all right, Sai. Way the Dragon penalty zone. Zorn, 1 HP. Dominic, that's a good Nether Realm, and look at Sabat in the back of the flicker, connecting onto Owl. Only a Purify burns out, and the RWM is able to dish out so much damage back. Jeez, you're right, it's a ping pong match.
But again, right, the Cult Ultra, the Nether Realm coming in from Warlord has just, it's been so on point for the past few clashes that they've had. The amount of times that Nether Realm has saved the skin from Sapat and allowing him to be as aggressive as he is, yet still not giving that control over to Blacklist has been exceptional. 1-1-14, Warlord, definitely someone of the player from Homeboys that I'm keeping an eye out for.
The player's gold right here. Look at that difference, man. 1,500 at least for Ryzel, and you're seeing the difference in damage output. Of course, against tanks, the carry is unmatched, but overall, you see the amount of crits that is happening for Rizal. No one can really stand in front of him for long periods of time, especially the assassins or the mages. So now for Blacklist, they are the ones really pressured to go for a proper front two back. And now with the Lord up, Homeboys, they're leaving the bottom wave. It might bounce back or it might take on the turret. Either way, they're just going for it, man. They want momentum.
Zorn away the dragon, going on to Dominic, a good heavy spin there to disengage for the fight. Zorn gets pinned down right now. The Netherrealm a bit too late. Zorn gets taken away by the Fracture.
Ooh.
Dominic super low. The Worldie is bouncing towards everyone, but Rizal picks up the Lord. One more shot to Rindo, but he's able to get out right now. Once again is able to hold the game down.
That's a 2 trade-in for the side of Blacklist, just behind the damage coming in from the carry, from Owl, who has yet to be able to take back these neutral objectives. Another Lord falls into the hands of Homeboys, but how are they going to be able to extract the most out of it with all their members taken off?
They gotta go with it and try and escort it, because otherwise Owl is gonna shut it down. It's gone before you know it. The disappearing Lord trick by Blacklist International. Now Homeboys are back to square one. It was a 3-man trade, by the way, because Warlord spawned earlier with the passive. It's back to the waiting game. And technically now, it's a bit more difficult for Homeboys because they have the proactiveness, but Blacklist are the ones with the range. They have ways to zone and just, you know, discourage Rizal from outputting damage, and the same cannot be said for Homeboys.
Are you sure that was a Lord? That felt like a minion.
To carry it is.
With how fast that was shredded down. What in the world? Where is he getting all that damage from?
Well, looking at the items right here, he's only 1 item away. But for the most part, core items done. Wind of Nature as well to deal with Sapat. And that is also a very good item to go 1v1 in case a marksman versus marksman situation does come around. The true damage is something that doesn't really get calculated in the heat of the moment. And looking at the Yi build for Haji, he's going for the Enchanted Talisman for sure here. He wants more spells, more slows, more ways to keep Homeboys at bay from jumping into their backline.
I wonder what item he's gonna go for his last item. Ow. You would think Malefic Roar, right? But with the true damage, that's usually most carries would actually just go for Windtalker for more damage in the late game for more attack speed. Is it really gonna be a Malefic, or is he going for crazy damage for BOD? That doesn't really make sense with an attack speed build. Or is he going for Great Dragon Spear? Pops that ultimate, gets more movement speed, gets more utility technically to play around. Then maybe he sells his boots for Windtalker. That'll be a crazy build.
All very possible. On the other hand, Chibi has a very low amount of physical defense, by the way.
Oh no,
a lot of his items are geared more to try and deal with the magic harass, because he's always in the front, and he's going to be harassed a lot when they're contesting for neutral objectives. Blacklist International will be trying to shoo him away to try and get an edge in the Retribution battle. And the only real benefit for Homeboys now is the fact that the Assassin has kind of fallen off, but Chibi spots them as a conceal wasted from Blacklist.
Oh, that's wasted, and now Homeboys will actually know their position. You can look and see that Zorn is looking for a flank, unable to get it. Kingboy Dominic smells him out as well. And this is the beauty of the Lightning Truncheon for Haji. People would say that it's not worth it because of her ultimate that's like a statuesque type of ultimate, but the fact is she's able to utilize her skill 1 and skill 2 in order to gain a lot more movement speed than she naturally did. And that's when the slows, and that's when it starts to get annoying, and there's poke in that build.
Look at the top side though, the wave actually is geared to slow push towards Blacklist, so now Homeboys, they have no urgency, but they go high!
What a play onto Haji! What a pick by Zorn! The Toe God in MPLI 2023. The man with the recalls and now the man with the play. What the heck was that, Zorn?
That completely just turned things 180, ladies and gentlemen. Without Haji, I'm pretty sure Blacklist are not going to contest for this ever important Lord. 5-man strong. That was a golden moment for Homeboys.
What the heck?
He hasn't done anything that flashy the whole time, but when the going gets tough, when you need that moment, he went for it, man. Lulls Blacklist into a false sense of security. And without any defensive items, Haji, 1 or 2 hits from Rizal and the Bruno, and he's gone.
Dude, this is a deathless Haji. This is Haji in the zone, and he got him.
He was the only target available, man. Owl has to purify. And now with the Lord, can they find something? They can force the age-old strategy of going for a crazy all-in with the Faramis, or they can take their time a bit more.
To charge in, top side, base turn number 1, taken down. Homeboys playing it slow. Oh my god, it's Zorn again with the way the Dragon, bringing Dominic back, and now the burst comes through. Heavy spin, trying to save Dominic, but he will fall. Another realm helps in. Rindo gets baited in, and the damage comes through from Warlord with the Ghost Bursters. Haji holding it in with a real world manipulation. Now flickering back. Rizel with some damage. Ow, 1 HP. Pops in over the nature. A bit too late right now. The race is wide open for Homeboys to take. 1, 2, 3 plays from Zorn, and Homeboys makes it to top 3 in their first MPLI 2023.
No way. No way. Against the rumbling that is the Filipino era here at MPLI 2023. One Titan has fallen. Blacklist International forced to say goodbye to MPLI 2023 as our dark horse, Homeboys from the Malaysia, moves forward. Top 3 secured.
Zorn with a hero play to save the game, to save the team. Homeboys, what a phenomenal performance to end this best of 3. We knew it could only go one way as it went to a full 3-game series, Arashi. We knew it had to be a big play that wins them the match.